Hi everyone, how you doing today? You're welcome to Sports Talk with Solo Fight. Yes, today I'll be talking about the exit of the Brazilian side in the Copa America 2024. We know Brazil, of course. When you mention the name Brazil, what comes to mind? Formidable side, fantastic style of play, quality players. Of course, Brazil, a star-studded side. But coming into this Copa America, 4 games they have managed to play, just a win. And the win came against Paraguay in the group stages where they defeated them 4-1. The very first game against Costa Rica, it was a disappointment. A lot of people will say Brazil played a very beautiful football. Brazil, they came knocking on the door, trying to put the ball at the back of the net. But what matters at the end of it is the end product. Why did you get the results? Did you get the desired result? That is what matters. And the Brazilian side, they've been shaky. 4 games in the Copa America, just 1 win. They drew against Costa Rica, nil in the very first game. The second game, they defeated Paraguay 4-1. In the third game against Colombia, it ended in a 1-0 draw. A disappointing group stage for Brazil. But what matters is they were able to scale through to the quarterfinals of the Copa America. We know the Copa America, because of the number of teams participating, there is a no round of 16. So immediately you go from the group stage, you qualify from the group stage, you go straight to the quarterfinal of the Copa America. Of course, a lot of people have heard their opinion concerning that very one, that it isn't competitive. Of course, it's easy just from group stages to quarterfinals, and before you know what's happening, you're in the semi-finals. If you manage to defeat your opponent, before you know, you're in the finals. Luck being on your side, you manage to win the Copa America. But yes, Brazil, congratulations, they escaped past the group stage, and because of how shambolic their performance was during the group stages, they had to meet Uruguay straight in the quarterfinals. Yes, a lot of people, predicted Uruguay to win. Some people predicted Brazil to win. But I've watched the Brazilian side. Dorival Jr. being their head coach, he had to make his selections. Call up the players that will participate, represent the country, great country of Brazil, in the Copa America. But if you look at the players, you look at the midfield, you have Bruno Guimaraes, you have Douglas Luiz, you have Andres Pereira. This isn't a formidable midfield. How good can this midfield be to curtail the likes of Uruguay, Argentina in the Copa America? Even Costa Rica were able to curtail the midfield. In my opinion, games are won and lost at the heart of the midfield. So if your midfield is terrible, of course, there's absolutely no way you can win games. But if you look at the players that were called up by Dorival Jr., that was the head coach of the Brazilian side, Casemiro was excluded. Fred was excluded. And of course, even if he hasn't been up and doing, he should be in the squad. Felipe Coutinho. I am not the coach. Of course, he has a decision to make. He chooses the players that he wants to work with. But, come on, some players ought to be there. We've seen in recent times, it has been Casemiro and Fred at the heart of the midfield. They've been doing very well. But having, this generation players, talking about Bruno Guimaraes, is a young player, Douglas Luiz, of course, on the verge of joining Juventus, a very good player. But it isn't enough. There's no cohesion. The style of play is embarrassing. A certain time, legend of the game, of course, another person than Ronaldinho, he came up with a statement saying that watching this Brazilian side, it's shameful, one, and secondly, it makes you lose interest in football when you watch this Brazilian side, how they play. It makes you lose interest. But along the line, when you say words like this, the social media get hold of you, and of course, too many words were said to the legend Ronaldinho, and he came up, saying those were kind of, he was kind of joking, and he had to apologize on that. But he has made a statement. He has said it all. Irrespective of the apology, irrespective of him coming out to say he was kind of joking with those statements, but they were facts. Brazil isn't the Brazil we used to know. Brazil has fallen off the cliff. They've fallen off the radar. Their shambolic performance is all over. It's written all over them. These players, they are not able to live up to expectation. Thiago Silva, the legend of the game, why wasn't he included in the Brazilian squad? These are well-known, renowned defenders. Of course, we have good defenders, all over the Brazilian side. Brazil, from the goalkeeping position, from the defense position, from the midfield position to the attack position, they are star-studded, quality players at every position. But results becomes a very big problem. It becomes a very big problem. I've tried to try to pinpoint the exact place where the issue is coming from, this Brazilian side, but it's difficult. it's difficult. I think it's a phase, the era of those fantastic players, have come and gone. Some are still going, like likes of Casemiro. His age is not getting any younger. Of course, his era is beginning to, to fade off. With Doriva Jr. as the head coach, Casemiro isn't part of his plans. Obviously, you look at it like, okay, it's a phase. This is a new phase of Brazil with the kind of players we are having now. It's a new phase, and it's like a building project. It's like a project that you have to be patient. You have to, know what you're doing as a coach, have the right players in the right position, the right players with the right mentality. I believe all over the Brazilian league, they have quality Brazilian players, young lads everywhere. But, when you have young players all over the pitch, what happens to the experience? Yes, Marquinhos, he's an experienced player, he's there, but isn't enough. You need to have a mix of experience and young talent in the field to totally make things work. The original, he's out of the Copa America. He knows what to do best. Of course, he felt, excluding Casemiro and Fred at the midfield was the right decision. But come on. If you look at the Brazilian side now, they are not the Brazil we used to know. This Brazil side come up against the Spanish side, it will be demolition. This Brazilian side come up against the German side, it will be demolition. Look at the games that have been played in Euros. Brazil, come on, it's shambolic, it's embarrassing, honestly. We just hope this phase, fade out quickly so we get to see a rejuvenated Brazil side, come up to do what they know how to do best, football. Football, of course, I've spoken with a couple of Brazil players, not really well-known players, like players in Brazil. I tell you that when you're young, you start playing football. You start doing this thing. It is the love of it. That's what Brazil has been known for. Football, good football. But like I said, I just hope we will get to see a rejuvenated Brazil next coming competitions. Hopefully, the World Cup, and see them perform better, because this performance that we are getting to see from the Brazilian side, it's shameful. Honestly, I want to hear your thoughts from the comment section. Drop your comments and give your opinion. Lend your opinion regarding this Brazilian side. Are they going back to a better Brazil anytime soon, or they will keep struggling like they are struggling currently? Lend your thoughts, of course. Don't forget to subscribe to Sports Talk with Solofight. Subscribe, share this video so that this video can get to as many people as possible, and of course, don't forget to drop a like. Bye bye.